Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show opening up on S3, and already the first hour has been good, and we're going to carry on with that right now and bring in a conversation which I think is of utmost importance. Hopefully we can get Zanele in on this one as well, because we're going to make this a group thing. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about managing our money, and especially after university, which isn't just about numbers, right? It's about building confidence, finding your focus and protecting your mental health.
Oh my goodness, most importantly, that is how important it is. And today, with the help of Absa family, we dive into real strategies for navigating life after graduation, and also, most importantly, taking control of your financial future, because it doesn't just stop there. It starts there and continues for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's bring this conversation to the forefront, and let's talk about how we're managing our debts. Firstly, the list of our debts. And I know we all have so many things that we can describe right now. How's your debt game?
You know what? I'm trying to really increase my credit score, and so I do have debt in terms of a credit card, but I'm trying to get better at paying it back. I think we've spoken about this before, on the day that it's due, right? Even a little bit, even a lot, whatever it is that you can afford at that time. And so there is good debt too. But yes, we've got to list out debt. I think it's important to be aware of what you owe.
Yeah, and don't hide away from it. Zanele, are you a runner? Do you run from debt?
No, I do not run from debt, my friend. And can I actually tell you guys, especially with us talking about lessons, right? I know for me, I started, needing to take certain loans and accounts here and there out of necessity straight out of university. But I had friends who ended up struggling to secure assets because they didn't have any account or anything that could prove that they had a track record where they could pay something off. So if I could share one lesson about that, I'd be like, do something that's going to show the bank or show the people that you can actually have a good credit score.
Yeah, that makes absolute
that's a good
sense.
one, actually.
Nice stuff. Now, listen, we're speaking about managing debt, but let's talk about our budget around our current reality. And I know a lot of us, we don't always have a full income to do the things that we want to do. So we have to budget, we have to allocate. Are you doing that right now? Because I know if I said to you, Carissa, all the money in the world, what would you do? You do a lot more than you're doing right now.
Absolutely. I think being Delulu is not the Salulu in this case. You've got to be so real with yourself and so honest with yourself, and just sit down and say, okay, this is the disposable income, however much it may be. It could be 1,000 Rand, and you work within your means. Don't live beyond your means. I think that's been a big lesson for me, especially in the industry that we're in. It's not just about being flashy and being out there. You're coming home, you're crying in your pillow because you actually have done things you shouldn't with money you don't have. So I definitely am trying to budget even in smaller increments. So now it's like daily budget, weekly budget, monthly budget, 6 months budgets, just so that I can kind of keep myself accountable and be on track.
Look at you.
Come on, she's learning something.
Zanele, what about on your side? Because I know in Joburg there are so many temptations that are just taking your money out of your pocket. How are you dealing with the budgeting on your side?
Not good, if I'm being honest, my friends. This is what I will tell you. And especially because I'm genuinely bad at it. Guys, I don't budget. What I do is I spend until there is a certain amount of money left. Then the alarms go off in my head. They go, wee, wee, wee. And it's like, we're in danger. Then I lose my card. I hide it. So that's honestly what I do. So that's a lesson that I could definitely learn. Do you have any tips for me, my Ryle?
I think the biggest tip would be literally to write it down. I think you have to take accountability of what you have first. Before you go spending things that you have no idea on what you're spending on and how much is left in the bag, take accountability of what you have and then allocate some of that to your actual expenses. We know how much we're going to generally spend every month. You can't run away from that. So allocate as much as you can to that, and then the rest of it is something that you've earned. That's your luxury, and that's something you can budget toward, something that you want. And I think the biggest goal here is to remember that we don't just get everything we want when we want it. That is such an unrealistic example of real life.
Gratification.
Nothing like that exists in our world, guys. So let's be realistic about it. And I think that will also allow us to appreciate the things we buy, that we earn, and that we unlock. And it'll make you value it so much more, or make you realize, I don't actually need it.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
The separation of want and need, sometimes that line gets blurred, but you know what? We don't always need that new pair of shoes. And that was to myself. I was talking to myself. Thank you.
Amen.
I was going to say, Carissa, I did need that handbag that I bought. I needed it.
I agree,
Holding my stuff
Zanele. I
now.
agree, actually.
Now, listen, I think there's an incredible opportunity when we're talking about savings, and especially when we're talking about building a financial foundation, right? And I want to plug you in on this because I'm reading up on it right now. You could start small with building savings, right? You can consider opening a savings pocket like the Absa savings pocket, which is something incredible. You can use the app to set it up. It has automatic saving triggers. So for entrepreneurs, for anybody wanting to explore a new business and our youth out there, I think this is an incredible opportunity for you to capitalize on this business opportunity and to maybe seek some mentorship and funding support along the way, because if you're looking online right now, you'll see that there is so much available for you. We got options, baby.
I like that.
Yeah, we can thrive.
Absa savings pocket.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Here's another one. Don't mix personal debt with business debt. I'm not calling you out, but I'm just saying, all right? Keep them separate. You got to separate your personal finances from your business finances, and especially for entrepreneurs, small business owners, listen up close, because you got to ensure that this is the practice from day one, essentially. And also open a business bank account. Don't be operating from your personal bank account. And of course, our family over at Absa offers so many solutions for especially youth entrepreneurs.
Absolutely, and this is something that I've only realized of late. I don't know what Zanele is doing on her side, because I'm sure she's realized that yes, she is her own individual, but I think her brand is like a company, and I know there's so much going on there. For myself as well, having all these different projects that I work with, I've been forced to almost create a company to do exactly that. And it's given me such good clarity. Zanele, how are you managing all these jobs? Because you emceeing, you all over doing so much. How
are you separating?
Are you separating all these incomes, or is it just going to one bundle?
Yes. No, my friends, I definitely have a business account. I mean, I think you just spoke to it, Raul, about how we're all so busy. We're always emceeing, doing this content creator work and all these things in between. You've got to be able to trade as a business as well, because it just gets messy when it comes to the financials of, you know, using it in your personal capacity. So rather you have the business that's just really got all of those transactions that are working on that side, and we keep the personal to the personal. You see, when I want to go and spend and buy that bag, there's nothing to do with the business.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all just in one place. And I definitely think it even makes things better when it comes to tax, because that's also very important. So 100%, it's all got to go through the business when it comes to the business.
Oh, I love that.
Sage advice. I absolutely love these conversations. I think this is what it's about. We need to have more of these convos, because when I was growing up, this didn't even exist,
It was
Carissa.
not there at all.
And I really think that on top of this, we need to focus on what matters. And remember, mental health and money stress. We need to talk about it, guys. These are real things impacting so many of our important decisions. And the best part is that you are not alone and you are not failing. You're just human. That's normal. We can accept that. That's a part of our life, right? We make mistakes, but we have opportunities to learn and to thrive. And I think that's what this conversation is about. It's never too late, guys.
Absolutely. And I hope that you'll take some of the tips today and implement it in your life going forward, because you can always get better, okay? Money may come and go, but your well-being is what you want to invest in. Remember, your story, of course, does matter. And there's no shame in asking for help. In fact, we are your help right here. You got to start small, or even take steps one at a time. And for more information, there is the website absa.co.za for the rest of your helping hand.
Thanks for the tips, Zanele.